Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Joe's journey in Port Charles has been building toward a moment that fans have anticipated for weeks, and the latest spoilers suggest his life is about to change in ways that will ripple through the entire Quartermaine family. Ever since Gio entered the canvas, viewers have sensed he was destined for something bigger than just being a supporting player in other people's stories. His charisma, his subtle yet powerful presence, and his complex ties to multiple characters have created the perfect setup for a dramatic turning point. Now, the burning question is whether Gio will officially take the Quartermaine name, and what that decision will mean not only for him but for every branch of the legendary family tree. This isn't just about a name. It's about belonging, identity, loyalty, and the legacy of one of General Hospital's most powerful families. The Quartermaines have always been about wealth, influence, and power, but they've also been riddled with infighting, betrayals, scandals, and shocking twists. Bringing Gio into the fold is not simply an act of kindness. It's a political and emotional choice that could ignite conflict while also reshaping the family's future. The spoilers hint that Gio will be tested in ways that force him to question where he belongs. His bond with Brooklyn has been undeniable. She sees something in him that others might overlook: a spark of potential, a sense of loyalty, and a raw vulnerability that ties him to the Quartermaine legacy whether he takes the name or not. But Brooklyn isn't the only one who has a say in how this plays out. The Quartermaines are rarely unified, and every member will have an opinion about Gio stepping into the fold. Ned, with his protective instincts and his deep understanding of the Quartermaine Empire, might push for Gio to be embraced. But Tracy, who has never been shy about voicing her skepticism, could create tension, questioning Joe's motives and whether he's prepared for the cutthroat world of being a Quartermaine. Taking the Quartermaine name means stepping into a spotlight that never dims. For Gio, that choice would define his future. It could open doors he never imagined, giving him access to wealth, influence, and the Quartermaine estate. But it also comes with heavy baggage. Being a Quartermaine means constant scrutiny, endless family squabbles, and the possibility of becoming collateral damage in battles over power and control. Spoilers tease that Joe's heart may already be leaning towards saying yes, but the road to that decision won't be smooth. He has to consider not just his desires but also the expectations that will be placed on him the second he claims that identity. Viewers who've watched the Quartermaine family for decades know that every new addition sparks drama. From illegitimate children to surprise heirs, the Quartermaines never fail to keep fans guessing. Gio could become the next character to shake up the balance of power. If he accepts the name, it might change the dynamics between Brooklyn and Chase, who are just finding their footing as a couple. Brooklyn's loyalty to Gio could raise eyebrows, and Chase might feel uneasy about how much influence Gio has in her life. On top of that, Drew and Michael could have conflicting reactions. Drew, who has always wrestled with questions of identity himself, may sympathize with Joe's struggle. Michael, on the other hand, has experienced firsthand what it means to be a Quartermaine and may want to protect Gio from the chaos. The decision isn't just about personal gain. It's also about legacy. The Quartermaines have been central to General Hospital for decades, but with so many shifts in storylines and new characters taking center stage, the family's presence has ebbed and flowed. Gio stepping into the Quartermaine role could inject fresh energy into the family and set up long-term story arcs that intertwine him with the heavy hitters of Port Charles. Imagine the business battles at ELQ if Gio takes on a role there. He could clash with Valentine, team up with Ned, or even become a wild card who no one sees coming. The potential for corporate drama is limitless. Yet, spoilers caution that Joe's path won't be free of obstacles. There are whispers that not everyone in Port Charles will welcome him with open arms. Enemies of the Quartermaines may see Gio as an easy target. If he takes the name, he instantly becomes part of the power structure, and that makes him vulnerable. Could someone like Valentine use him as leverage? Could rivals manipulate him into making mistakes? Or could Gio surprise everyone by outsmarting those who underestimate him? Fans know that General Hospital thrives on unexpected twists, and Joe's story is perfectly positioned for a shocking revelation that no one sees coming. What adds even more intrigue is Joe's personal struggle. At his core, he's a young man who just wants to find where he belongs. For so long, he's been on the outside looking in. The Quartermaine name represents acceptance, family, and stability, but it also threatens to swallow him whole. If he becomes a Quartermaine, will he lose himself in the process? Or will he rise above the drama and carve out his own unique place in the family's history? This tension between belonging and independence will likely drive his storyline forward, and fans are eager to see how he balances these competing forces. Brooke Lynn's influence will play a critical role. She has been one of Joe's strongest advocates, and her encouragement might be what ultimately convinces him to accept the name. But Brooke Lynn is also juggling her own challenges, particularly with her relationship with Chase and her career ambitions. If Gio becomes a Quartermaine, she may find herself caught between her loyalty to him and her desire to build her own future. That kind of conflict could spill over into her romance with Chase, sparking drama that shakes their foundation. Chase, always the steady and level-headed one, may not fully understand Brooke Lynn's attachment to Gio, and that misunderstanding could create cracks in their relationship. Another layer to consider is Tracy. She has never been one to hold back her opinions, and if she sees Gio as a threat to the Quartermaine legacy, she won't hesitate to make her stance clear. Spoilers hint at a possible showdown between Tracy and Brooke Lynn over Joe's future, with Tracy questioning whether he deserves to carry the name. Such a conflict would not only add drama but also highlight the generational divide within the Quartermaine family. While Brooke Lynn represents a new vision for the family, one of acceptance and change, Tracy embodies tradition, skepticism, and a ruthless protectiveness over the family. Speculating about how Joe's decision could impact ELQ. If he steps into the Quartermaine circle, will he be groomed to take a role in the company? That move would put him in the crosshairs of Valentine, who has never shied away from using manipulation to maintain control. Valentine might underestimate Gio, but that could be a fatal mistake. Gio has already shown resilience, and with the right support, he could become a formidable player in the corporate chess match that defines so much of the Quartermaine drama. Imagine the shockwaves if Gio proves himself as more than just a name but as a strategic force in his own right. The personal stakes are just as high as the corporate ones. Taking the Quartermaine name isn't just about business, it's about forging personal bonds that last a lifetime. Will Gio develop deeper ties with Michael, who understands the weight of being a Quartermaine more than most? Will he clash with Olivia, who may have her own opinions about what's best for him? And what about Monica, the matriarch whose voice still carries weight? If she gives her blessing, Joe's path might be smoothed. If she hesitates, the entire family could be thrown into conflict. Spoilers also tease that Joe's choice could set the stage for unexpected alliances. Sometimes, the Quartermaine family only unites when faced with an external threat. If Gio taking the name stirs up outside enemies, the family might rally together to protect him. That kind of unity would be rare but powerful, showing that despite their endless bickering, the Quartermaines always come through for each other in the end. On the other hand, if Joe's decision divides them further, we could see explosive fights, backstabbing, and fractured loyalties that take months to repair. General Hospital thrives on characters facing impossible choices, and Joe's dilemma is exactly the kind of story that keeps viewers hooked. He isn't just deciding whether to sign a piece of paper. He's deciding his future, his identity, and his place in Port Charles. No matter what he chooses, the fallout will be dramatic, emotional, and unforgettable. Fans should brace themselves for heated confrontations, heartfelt conversations, and shocking twists as Joe's story unfolds. Whether he ultimately takes the Quartermaine name or not, this storyline is shaping up to be one of the most impactful arcs in recent General Hospital history. And let's not forget, soap operas rarely resolve big storylines without throwing in a last-minute curveball. Could Joe's parentage hold secrets that even he doesn't know? Could there be a hidden connection to another family in Port Charles that complicates everything? Spoilers suggest that the writers have more up their sleeve than just a simple yes or no. The decision about the name might be just the beginning of a much larger saga, one that ties Gio to the Quartermaines in ways that will shock both the family and the viewers. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.